Man muss sagen, es wird mal wieder Zeit. Es wird nämlich mal wieder Zeit, passend was Cooles zu spielen. Und ich bin ein bisschen abgehakt. So, jetzt nicht mehr. Wir spielen eine Runde und gerade jetzt natürlich zu dieser Zeit wissen wir schon langsam nicht mehr, was wir tun sollen. Und deswegen spielen eine ganz gute Sache. Wir spielen nämlich heute ein ganz cooles Spiel. Das nennt sich nämlich Lightmatter. Und Lightmatter hat was mit Licht zu tun. Wie der Titel ja schon es sagen muss. Invertiert ist immer falsch. Wir haben hier Dänisch, das ist ja auch cool. Interface bitte auch auf Deutsch, damit wir so ein bisschen hier noch was sehen können. Und wir starten einfach mal rein in Lightmatter. Wir haben auf jeden Fall einen Alarm und wir wissen ja, Alarm ist meist immer nie was Gutes. Okay. Okay, ich gehe. Ich gehe hier einfach mal lang. Evakuierung.
Thirsty? Have a glass of champagne and help us make a toast to a future made brighter by Lightmatter.
Okay. Schöne Bar. Oh, hier ist eingestürzt. Oh Gott.
Goodbye. The CEO of Lightmatter Technologies would like to welcome bankers, investors, and all of those who have doubted him to this launch event. To those of you on the public tour, hello.
Okay, Steuerung ist eigentlich selbsterklärend, aber wirklich selbsterklärend.
Now entering the stage, Virgil. He needs no introduction. He is the beating heart of this mountain, the greater of two minds, and the man who sacrificed his leg for what it ruled.
Okay, ich glaube, ich muss da rein. Ja. Alles rumpelt, alles wackelt.
Unbelievable. There's more of you. Were you a part of the public tour? If so, I have just evacuated your tour guide. Don't panic. Now, your inability to follow evacuation orders is truly astounding, but I need you to pay attention. First off, walk through that door.
Ah, okay, die Tür.
Excellent. You have already exceeded my expectations. Wait, it's dark in there. You might trip. Let me light your path. The door requires two people to reopen. Proceed to my security manager's office.
Hä? Ach so, ach dadurch. Ah, okay.
Now I presume you know how buttons work. Impressive. If you continue like this, I might just hire you to mop the floor. Now scurry along, and you will reach the elevator to the exit. It's simple.
Also hier könnte man wirklich sehr viel Sport machen. Also warum das hier rumliegt, keine Ahnung. Okay, wir müssen jetzt den ganzen Weg wieder zurücklaufen. Hier durch die Scheibe können wir nicht durch.
I know it's difficult not to stare at the scientific wonder that is Lightmatter, but the launch event is over. Don't worry, my facility is sturdy. Get to the elevator. Excellent. The elevator will take you directly to our outpost. When you get there, journalists will immediately try to put words in your mouth. But stand strong and tell them that Virgil, the CEO of Lightmatter Technologies, saved your life and that the side effects are under control. Goodbye.
Irgendwie habe ich mit sowas gerechnet. Und damit herzlich willkommen zu Lightmatter hier bei ePlay Live. So, ja.
Can you hear me? It's even on. Shadows are dangerous. Stay away from the shadow. Oh, let me fix this.
Ah! Ach, ja, okay. Ich weiß jetzt, okay. Also nur mit Licht kommen wir darüber. Nein! Nicht schon wieder. Okay. Wird nicht schwer sein. Also die erste können wir locker rüber, dann warten wir ein bisschen, dann geht das Licht gleich wieder an. Dann gehen wir darüber. Okay. Hallo?
Excellent. It's working.
Yay.
So, simple is no longer an option. Neither for you nor for me. This was a monumental failure on behalf of my elevator technicians. But don't worry, you will reach the exit of this facility and they will reach the end of their employment. An escape plan is in development. Until then, keep in mind that the shadows can kill you. Think the floor is lava, just with shadows that absorb organic material.
Das habe ich gerade schon gemerkt. Schönen Dank für die Info. Okay, da ist er ganz falsch. Okay. Was ist denn oben?
Everything around you might look bizarre through your eyes, but it all has a purpose. In this room, we wash crystals with over 1,000 bars of pressure. If it helps your comprehension, you may call it the power shower.
The power shower? What is this? Ah, okay. Ich muss erst den rüberlegen. Moment. kann ich mit hier einmal rüber. Okay, dann drückt dann hier auf den Knopf. Fährt der oben rüber. Kann ich hier wieder rüber. Und kann dann oben über die Plattform gehen. Durch die Tür. Cool. Nice.
All right now, here's the plan. The elevator dropped you to the center of the mountain, and the only functioning exit is at the top. Follow the green exit signs and you'll get there. Just do exactly as I say and you will be fine. If you want to complain about that, well, I can't hear you. Just realize how fortunate you are. You've extended your tour through Lightmatter Technologies.
Ja, vielen Dank. Vielen Dank. Ja, ich würde gerne sehen, was da draufstehen würde, aber das geht nicht. Okay. Jetzt können wir hier rüber.
It's unfortunate that the board voted against installing microphones throughout the facility. Their main concern being ethical ramifications. Good thing we still have cameras.
Okay, ist bislang noch nicht so schwierig, aber ich denke mal, der schwierige Teil in Lightmatter wird auf jeden Fall noch kommen. Ja, wir sind ja...
Excellent. Do you see that lamp down there? Pick it up.
Was? Welche Lampe? Hm? Ach, die Lampe wahrscheinlich da. Oder man da die Lampe? Nee, die ist ja fest. Natürlich keine Lampe. Geh hier runter. Schauen wir das erstmal hier unten an, okay? Oh.
Handy, isn't it? Focus groups called it heavy and clunky. I called them weak and stupid. In the hands of a capable miner, that lamp turns into one of their finest tools.
Okay, damit können wir dann die Lampen drehen. Okay.
Listen, I know that the shadows might look intimidating to you. A deep black obsidian-like tar that will devour you whole. But they're just simple gravity-bound anomalies. A temporary side effect of light matter. You see, all of mankind's greatest breakthroughs had their kinks, and these kinks are manageable. If they weren't, I wouldn't be here in the facility fixing them.
Okay.
You know that I was the first to wander through these caves? Although I came here with my former partner, Arthur, I was the one who discovered the photon crystals. You might have heard that the side effects of those same crystals cost me my leg. Wrong. I conquered a mountain for the first photon crystal. Sheer persistence and willpower cost me my leg.
Okay.
Small price to pay for light matter.
Ich nehme die jetzt mal. Ach, Mist. Ah, okay. Wir brauchen 2 Lampen. Deswegen nehme ich die. Stell die hier hin. Und mit der zweiten gehen wir jetzt dann dahin. Legen das einmal um, damit wir hier hinkommen.
Ah, there it is. Now, since you missed your tour, that giant beam of light you see is Lightmatter. The source of that beam we call the core, a collection of massive photon crystals. It is so powerful that it shakes the very foundation of this facility. I still remember my first successful prototype. The beam seemed so solid, it looked like light had become matter. I built on that, and now look at it. A sustainable and renewable energy source that will save humanity. Yes, the launch today failed, but these shadows will not deter me from bringing Lightmatter into fruition.
Okay. Vielen Dank für diese Information über dieses wichtige Element, was wir hier haben.
Now that I think about it, where were you during the launch event? All guests were taken directly to the tram, so you must have snuck away somehow. What exactly were you doing? Wait, are you a health and safety inspector? The irony that you didn't notice the blaring sounds and flashing lights. That's a problem with safety procedures. They could never be idiot-proof.
Okay. Mal kurz gucken, was da drüben ist. Tücher. Ja, okay. Sonst ist hier nichts. Machen wir es mal kurz anders. Mal kurz so. Hier ist unter anderem eine Lampe, die schon mal richtig geil steht, weil sie sehr schlecht steht. Ach, das Terminal ist kaputt. Dann da geht's weiter, das ist das Problem. Okay. Das so. Nee, warte.
Inspector, I regret that during the launch event, bankers, investors, and government officials died. But there are things one cannot predict. Shadows devouring people being one of them.
Ach, Moment. Ah, okay. Ich weiß. Jetzt habe ich es gerallt. Dauert immer einen kleinen Moment ab und zu. Oh, shit. Falsch hingestellt. So eine Kante. So. Zurück. Lampe nehmen. Wieder rumbringen. Hier hinstellen.
So, Health and Safety Inspector, let me do your job for you. You see that giant piece of metal moving back and forth? It's a top-grade mineral decontaminator. I installed it as soon as I heard that my employees were losing their hair. Once installed, cellular degradation fell by 37%.
Nein! Scheiße. Okay.
For your information, saving humanity puts a lot of stress on my workers, as do my 12-hour workdays. Point is, there are many reasons for hair loss.
Okay, ich muss ganz schnell da hinten hin in diesen Lichtkegel. Weil diese Wand sich bewegt. So. Mal kurz.
Inspector, I installed a fence around that decontaminator twice. My employees keep tearing it down to bet money on how many times they can run back and forth before the decontaminator closes. One of them bragged to me about his record of 6. I told him that I was impressed and fired him.
Oh. Okay.
Excellent. Our time together is almost at an end. There's a bridge right around the corner. Cross it and you will be on a direct path to sunshine. And my security manager, James. Oh yes, he was evacuated as well. I wouldn't dare risk his health and safety. Be careful with my lamps. At Lightmatter Technologies, we treat our inanimate objects with respect. Not like those monsters of aperture science.
Ach nee, warte mal. Ich sollte es lieber mitnehmen. Und hier hinstellen, dass ich hier rüber kann.
If you're wondering why I built a lab inside a mountain, resilience. It was here before me, and it will be here after me. Just look around you, Inspector. We had an unprecedented event, and this living, breathing monument to science still stands.
Ah, ich verstehe. Moment. Jetzt habe ich... Ich stelle den so rum hin. Kann ich jetzt mich jetzt wieder mitnehmen? Sich hier drüben hinstellen. Am besten könnte ich noch... Nein! Es war gut gedacht, aber nein. Nein.
Before meeting James, don't be too intimidated by his physique. He is the human equivalent of this mountain. Well-built, dependable, and resilient.
Shit. Gerade so, ne? Gerade so.
Ah, you found a solution. Excellent. You leave, and I'll be able to focus. Ah, the bridge collapsed. That's why I don't trust you, inspectors. I built it up to code, to what was legally required of me, yet what good did it do? Let me figure out your options. I really don't have time for this. A new door will be open soon enough. A moment, Inspector. Yes, James, this is Virgil. I need... James, calm down, James. Just punch something. We will find your cat later. Now focus. I need details for a new evacuation route. The inspector didn't make it across the bridge. It collapsed. Must have pushed the button too hard.
Nein!
Yes. Uh-huh, I thought so. Plan out the rest of the route and do it faster than last time. Goodbye, James. Inspector, the door is open.
Okay.
Run along now.
Danke. Vielen Dank. Ich muss mal kurz raustappen, denn irgendwie kriege ich hier zeitweise eine Meldung, dass die Codierung überlastet ist. Was mich wundert, denn eigentlich haben wir so viel Ressource, dass gar keine Codierung überlasten kann. Aber ich sehe es gerade hier wirklich. Das hat nämlich was mit dem Spiel zu tun, sehe ich gerade. Deswegen müsste ich mal ganz kurz ein kleines bisschen die Qualität runterschrauben. Ich hoffe, ihr könnt es verstehen. Aber wir wollen ja auch, dass ihr das Spiel ordentlich seht. Und wenn meine Codierung überlastet, ist es natürlich nicht so gut. Halten wir das mal hier in einem Fenster hier mal auf. So. Dass das ein bisschen verfolgen kann. Ihr wollt ja auch wirklich schöne Qualität haben. Denn, ihr wisst ja, wie wir streamen. Wir streamen hier alles nicht Hardware, also CPU-basiert, sondern Grafikkarten-basiert. Und deswegen kann es da mal vorkommen, dass vielleicht auch mal ein bisschen was überlastet. Ach, Mist. Mist. So. Ach, okay. Wir brauchen eine Lampe. Hier noch eine andere Taste. Moment, ich guck mal kurz. WASD, ja, ist klar. Gucken, ja, springen, ja, okay. Das war's schon. Okay. Ah, okay. In der rückwärtigen Bewegung geht's am besten.
Right, Inspector. Your failure to push a button has resulted in a change of plans. You will be taking a detour to another elevator. Now, show some gratitude for the amount of effort I put into keeping you alive. Keep an eye out for James's cat, Lux. James wants to know that he's safe. You see, James can't function properly when he's sad.
Irgendwo muss ich jetzt die Lampe hinstellen. Irgendwo da? Nee, muss sie hier hinstellen. Ah, okay. Beziehungsweise... Schnell! Und deine Lampen sind mir auch scheißegal, ne? Immer so.
have a limited amount of patience, and this detour is exhausting it. Lightmatter demands my attention. So, you'll be on your own for a little while. Just know that I admire your persistence. With everything you've been through, I would hate my life if I were you. Now, you'll survive as long as you stick to the green exit signs. Good luck.
Ja, danke. Wir sind auf jeden Fall schon mal ein bisschen höher gekommen. Das ist schon mal was Gutes, dass wir höher sind, aber... auch blöd, wenn wir höher sind und nicht weiterkommen. So, ja, okay. Hier brauchen wir jetzt das Licht. Okay. Da wo es steht, ist vielleicht gut, aber... So. Ja. Genau so. Kann man jetzt nämlich rüber. Zack, zack, zack. Also jetzt einmal umdrehen. Und dann gehen wir durch den Notausgang. Eigentlich ja hier durch. Aber das sieht irgendwie nicht so gut aus. Deswegen müssen wir wohl hier lang.
Whoever is listening to these tapes, my name is Ellen, and things here are...
Ah!
Okay.
Entschuldigung.
First off, I am really proud to be an engineer at Lightmatter Technologies. But I don't know what the truth is anymore. People are getting sick left and right. Tape recorders have been banned. And now, until launch, all outside communication is prohibited. Not only that, leave permits are invalid. Virgil and Arthur, the pioneers of science. I can't believe they're doing this. They've been fighting each other for weeks, so I knew something was wrong. But I never thought they would lock down the facility like this. I guess whoever is listening to these tapes, if you're in the facility, please keep them hidden. Just until we can get them away from here. To someone who can help spread the truth. When I find it.
Oh, jetzt muss ich hier rüber springen. Genau. Nein. So, jetzt habe ich hier aber nichts. Weil da das Licht ist. Ich muss das doch irgendwo hinstellen. Warte mal. Ach, wahrscheinlich hier. Vielleicht klappt das hier. Ja, genau. So, ist doch richtig. Neue Lampe. Ach, das ist erstmal meine Lampe holen. Blöd. Hier ist nichts. Okay. Also meine Lampe hier. weiter weg nach hinten, umso größer ist natürlich die Aussprache.
Ellen here. I don't know what to do. I was sleeping in the lab when suddenly I felt something on my head. I opened my eyes and Arthur is standing over me in the dark, holding a vial. Before I could do or say anything, he just said, "It's for the better." What? How exactly is pouring liquids into my hair for the better? I wish I'd said that. But there he was. Arthur, the CTO of Lightmatter Technologies. The man I spent years working with. The man I am helping to save the world.
Nein!
I could barely recognize him.
Wie blöd von mir. Okay. Also wir hören ja, was sie sagt. Also es ist schon ein bisschen strange, was hier passiert. In Lightmatters Technologies. Und weil das so strange ist, müssen wir hier eine Lampe hinstellen. So. Genau der Trick wie letztens. Dass die Lampe einmal rumfährt. Weil die jetzt einmal rumgefahren ist, müssen wir die auch hier einmal hinstellen. Gehe ich mal von aus. So. Dass wir jetzt wir uns dahin leuchten können. Mist. Nein, gar nicht wahr. Shit. Wir müssen die dem... Moment. So. Die ist da. Da muss die da sein. Ist richtig. Dass ich hier rüber kann. Nein. Scheiße. Shit. Mist. Ich muss dann noch rüber. Hier war doch noch irgendwo eine Lampe, oder? Ja.
I can't stop Arthur. Nobody believes a man of that status would poison people like that. And apparently, losing my hair at the age of 31 isn't proof enough. I need to take more drastic measures.
Geh nicht kaputt, Lampe, ne? Wenn du jetzt kaputt gehst, bin ich tot.
How did you get all the way over there? Well, impressive. You realized how much of a waste of time you are and took a shortcut. You're much closer to the elevator, so well done, Inspector. Now, you're not supposed to be in that part of the facility, but never mind. You will be taking what you see here to your grave. Don't worry, it's just a standard non-disclosure agreement.
Das bringt mir nichts, ne? Nein. Wenn hier was krummelt. Nein. Ah, okay. Ah. Okay.
You must have gone through the ventilation chambers. Wait, did you wear a breathing mask? Those chambers are littered with microcrystalline particles. Expected, since they are the lungs of Lightmatter technologies. But instead of focusing on the years of life you've just lost, let's focus on the happy fact that your shortcut saved us a couple of hours.
Okay, wenn ich oben bin, geht diese Türe auf.
Fascinating. You can understand my technology, even though your brain is slowly decaying from crystalline particle poisoning.
Naja, aber... Ich habe gerade ein anderes Problem, mein Guter. Bräuchte nämlich hier einen Schalter. Ach, Moment. So. Siehst du mal.
Inspector, I admire competence, and you've shown some. So let me tell you a bit about my technology. The panels that you've lit up to power machinery, those are the photon power cells. You see, my former partner, Arthur, designed this part of the facility. And when he did, he used primitive copper for wiring. Once I increased the voltage, it melted. So I bypassed that idiocy by retrofitting doors, lifts, etc. with photon power cells. Those power cells function as both energy converters and switches. Clever, but you'll realize their true purpose once Lightmatter makes its way into the world.
Okay, Moment. Fahren wir erstmal hoch. Gucken, was oben ist. Hier ist die Tür. Hier geht's weiter. Okay. Ach, es geht ja noch weiter höher. Ach, interessant.
You know, when Arthur's wiring overloaded, I was fortunate enough to get stuck in an elevator with my engineers. But I make the most out of bad situations, so we had an hour-long conversation, much like this one. I talked and they listened.
Nee, halt. Ich nehme die erstmal mit. Fahr runter. Genau, ganz runter. Denn die werde ich sicherlich brauchen. Für hier, denn ich muss ja hier einmal rüber. Hier steht eine Lampe. Diese Lampe brauche ich. Für oben.
Inspector, let me enlighten you. To invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. Conventional solar cells were a pile of junk until I got my hands on them. I improved upon them using photon crystals and created photoelectric cells that were actually efficient. Of course, when I succeeded, a cabal of my competitors, journalists, and windmill enthusiasts formed to try to undermine my achievements. Why did I expect any different? Competing with me is like an ant competing with a boot. Overwhelming.
With the boot? Was denn für ein Schuh? Warte mal, wenn ich das jetzt hier lösche, komme ich da nicht durch. Ich muss den nehmen. Und da hinstellen. So. warte.
You seem intoxicated by opening and closing that door. Is this the first time you've held real power in your hands, Inspector?
Ach nein. Ach Mensch, jetzt weiß ich. Okay. Okay. So. Nein. Nein. So. Jetzt komme ich wieder hin. So, das will ich aber nicht. Ich will ja hier durch. So. Dazu brauche ich aber hier noch mal eine Lampe. Deswegen müsste ich jetzt mit einer Lampe hier einmal rum. Ich war schon richtig auf dem Weg. Wenn ich jetzt das da ausmache.
Allow me to clear away any doubts you might have about my photon power cells. For my initial test, I took an elevator to the top of the mountain on a sunny day. I had a coffee machine in each hand, one powered by a solar cell, the other powered by my photon cell. Within 1 minute, I was drinking delicious black photon cell powered coffee. It tasted like victory.
Ja. So, wenn ich den jetzt ausmache, ist es da dunkel. So. Ah, so. Glaube ich, oder? Nee. Ich brauche eine Lichtquelle, die dahin zeigt, damit diese Tür aufbleibt. Aber auch eine Lichtquelle. Alter, ich brauche doch nur eine Lampe da drüben. Wie kann das so schwer sein? Können wir uns Tipps anzeigen lassen? Nee. Nee. Das ist eigentlich nie das Problem. Also wir müssen jetzt hier irgendwie ein bisschen Licht erzeugen. Überleg mal kurz ein bisschen selber mit, wie vielleicht man das machen könnte. Ich gucke gerade selber mal so ein bisschen. Ach! Ja, okay. Ja, okay. Den Gedanken, den ich habe, ist nicht falsch gewesen. Der Sprung war auf jeden Fall falsch. Denn das muss so. Ah! Scheiße. Ach, okay. Machen wir doch das mal am besten so. Na kommen wir drauf.
Impressive. You're the smartest inspector I've ever met. A low bar, sure, but a bar nonetheless. Oh, hold on.
Moment, please. Ich guck mal kurz hier. So. Also hier haben wir einen Schalter. Upsala.
What an interesting phone call. My security manager, James, just got a hold of our government contacts. They told him that we were not scheduled for an inspection today. And since you are not on the guest list, James doesn't know who you are. But I do. It's obvious. You're a journalist. It fits. Your kind always go to such extremes for your stories. I would like to remind you that freedom of the press does not extend to trespassing. We'll have a talk once you get out.
So.
A journalist. I've had my fair share of experience with your kind. Always trying to make me show a sign of weakness. So let this be a reminder. I have none.
Wir müssen auf jeden Fall diese Lampe irgendwie rüberkriegen. Ich guck mal kurz. Die Tür wäre mir jetzt erstmal shit egal, ne? Ach nee, müssen wir gar nicht. Moment. Müssen wir doch gar nicht. Ich mach das so. Du scheinst dadurch. Das müsste doch klappen, oder? Nein. Shit. Shit. Wenn ich da scheine. Findet das gar nichts. Okay. War ein Gedanke, aber der Gedanke hat nicht geklappt. Warte mal. Wir sind doch mit dem.
Tell me, what sort of publication do you work for, journalist? Science? I doubt that. You have solved problems, but wandering through a room is not science.
Okay, das bringt mir auch gerade nicht weiter. Okay, ich muss jetzt irgendwie hier den Lichtkegel da drauf bringen. Ach nee, halt. Moment. Das müsste doch klappen. Ich habe jetzt den ganzen Gang beleuchtet und jetzt müsste es eigentlich doch so sein. Ja, genau. Stell mich hier drauf und dann fahre ich hier einmal rüber. So geht das.
Since you're a journalist, you must be here to investigate the merits of Arthur's accusations. Yes, I read the papers. I like to keep myself misinformed. Do you know what makes his lies so convincing? The small amount of truth he uses. Yes, Lightmatter caused hair loss and other minor side effects. But I solved all of that with the mineral decontaminators. And what did Arthur do? He poisoned our employees, exaggerating those side effects in his crusade to destroy me. Jealousy can be so ugly. It can be so all-consuming. It consumed our partnership, it consumed our friendship, and it almost destroyed this entire facility.
Okay. Hier ist eine Tür, die durch irgendwas gesteuert wird. Okay, ja. Macht Sinn. Macht Sinn.
Journalist, Arthur's poison project severely damaged morale. My employees weren't just losing their hair, they were losing their identity. So besides installing the decontaminators, I ordered a container full of wigs. It was a success. Everyone started using them, except me. I don't try to cover up facts.
Mist. Nein! Nein! Ach, Mist! Ah! Okay. Das war jetzt nicht ganz richtig, was wir gemacht haben. Ich habe nämlich jetzt gerade so das Gefühl, dass wir jetzt gerade irgendwie uns verbaut haben. Ja, ich glaube, wir haben es uns verbaut gerade. Dann drücke ich hier drauf, dreht er sich ja und die Tür ist zu. Weil die Tür zu ist, kann man jetzt mal kurz hier rüber gehen. Ach so, ist die auf.
Do you know how I lost my leg? Before the facility, Arthur and I were climbing this mountain as it started shifting around us. The quakes mangled my leg beyond recognition, and that coward left me there to die. But I went deeper into the mountain and came back with a photon crystal. Add that to your article. So, journalist, you will soon be out of here. But before you write a hit piece about the quote-unquote deadly shadows of Lightmatter, let's get the facts straight. The shadow anomalies are not spreading beyond the facility. They are local to the core. Also, we have had countless test runs on the core before today, and there have never been any signs of shadow anomalies. There is a simple explanation for that. You see, my engineers desperately strive to impress me. So during the launch event, one of them turned up the core's energy output. Understand, for every 100 megawatts I spend powering the core, I normally receive 107 megawatts. And today, that number increased to 111 megawatts. But I take full responsibility for my engineer's wrongdoing. I'm finding a solution, and he's finding a new career. Actually, he's probably dead.
Okay. Ja. Ich schaue mich jetzt hier erstmal ein bisschen um. Der Ausgang ist hier hinter, genau. Dafür brauchen wir erstmal da so irgendwo einen Schalter betätigen. Schalter gibt es hier viele in Lightmatters, aber meist nie die richtigen, die wir brauchen gerade.
When you write about these shadows, be mindful of the words you choose. What changes nuclear power from a weapon to an energy source? Words. Think about that, journalist.
Hier. Okay. Okay, ich hab den gesehen. Wo ist der denn? Hier? Okay, ja, ja. Moment.
Journalist, you must admit that the shadow anomalies are fascinating. Think about the applications. Organic waste disposal, mold removal, pest control. The possibilities are endless.
So. eine scheiß Wand davor. Wie blöd.
Walking sideways with a lamp. Clever solution for a journalist.
So, ich muss die Lampe auch haben. Nein! Ich nehme die Lampe. Bong! Aus, tot. So. Das ist ja blöd.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Nein, habe ich
I'm
nicht.
not. Of all the fears I've tamed, from darkness to clowns to death, taming them made me stronger. These shadows could make the whole world stronger, force them to face their fear of darkness, and become more like me.
Also wir müssen so weit rübergehen, dass wir dann da durchkommen. Und wenn wir da durch sind, dass wir dann sagen, okay, ja. Sieht ja gerade so anders aus, okay. Ich guck gerade mal kurz. wir haben es ja eigentlich nicht falsch gemacht. Wir haben ja beide Lampen hier. Das ist ja schon mal sehr, sehr gut. Die Tür ist auch offen. So. Natürlich auch hier hingehen. Ich probiere es einfach mal aus. Aber jetzt habe ich die Lampe hier. So, ja, stimmt. Und wenn ich dann ein bisschen weiter rüber gehe, dann könnte das klappen. So. Testen das mal kurz aus. So, hier rum. Ja. So ist es doch. Geht doch. Man muss nur ein bisschen denken, ein bisschen tüfteln und schon weiß man, wie es geht. Lightmatters. Vieles hat mit Licht zu tun, denn Licht...
There we are, the entrance to research and development. I know that you're eager to explore more of Lightmatter technologies, but you overstayed your welcome long ago. If it's any consolation, I'll let you write an exclusive about me.
Ja.
How does that sound? Just remember that non-disclosure agreement we discussed. Also, you are trespassing, and I have a legion of lawyers.
Das wäre ein Aufzug eigentlich, aber okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Also das war ganz schlechter Abgang. Ganz schlechter Abgang.
So, journalist, our time together is sadly at an end. The elevator is just upstairs. Listen, I know that I mentioned lawyers earlier. It's just that a man like me needs to be careful. I understand the need for journalists. People in power need to be held accountable. I'm no exception. I just hope you're fair when you write about me.
Okay.
Journalist, here's something for your exclusive. As you can probably imagine, I was a smart child. I built a calculator when I was 7 and made it solar-powered when I was 8. But the most I could ever get from my father was a half-hearted grunt of acknowledgement. Some would call that neglect. I call that motivation.
Moment, also wir müssen erstmal hier mal rüber. Dann nochmal hier rüber. Ach nee, ich muss erstmal hier den Schlitten holen. Jetzt erstmal so machen.
These platforms, they move fast, don't they? I have James race them. It forces my security manager to be in top physical condition. You see, I nurture the talents of my employees.
Nein, nein! Ins Verderben gestürzt. Einmal drehen. So. Hier hin. Okay. Oh. Du hast not so gut. Ach ja. Okay. Da war schon ein Fehler. Also wir müssen den so hinstellen.
Listen, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but without me, you would be lost forever. So here's an idea for your front page. Leader shows me the light in a moment of darkness. Write it down.
Wenn ich Zeit dazu finde, werde ich das sicherlich tun. Nee, alt. Ja, das hatten wir doch gerade so. Das ist doch falsch. Na, oh. Oh. Fast. Nee, anders. Zurück. Im Rückwärtigen.
I've thought of something. When you write that exclusive, make sure to mention James. He'll be very pleased about that. Standing in my shadow isn't always easy.
So. Oh, oh.
Well done, journalist. When you meet James, ask him to check the time and tell him that I won. See you on the other side.
Na dann. Dunkel. Okay. Soll ich jetzt da runterspringen oder was? Oh, weißt du, ich mach das einfach jetzt.
think of something. Start heading back. I'll tell you when to stop.
Soll ich jetzt da runter oder was? Oder was hast du mit mir vor? Ach Mensch. Schön ins pinke Labor so ungefähr.
I just snuck into Arthur's office, and it's worse than I thought. Arthur is trying to sabotage Lightmatter. It's not just poisonings. I found the schematics for his experiment on the core. He's not trying to improve it. He's trying to overload it. If he manages to do that, we are all going to die. I am not going to let Arthur ruin our future. I have to get to Virgil. Arthur is after me. Whoever finds this, if it's not too late, tell Virgil that Arthur needs to be stopped.
War ich hier nicht gerade schon mal? Moment. Hier ist nichts. Okay. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie die Dinger fahren. Ah, zu mir, okay. Ich war doch hier gerade schon mal, oder?
All right now, pay close attention. It seems that when it comes to you, nothing can ever be simple. That elevator was your quickest way out. But I have an idea, and it involves making this partnership mutually beneficial. You are going to be my assistant. Try to contain yourself. You will be moving deeper into the facility through our research and development department. Before I allow you in, I would like to make something abundantly clear. Be careful with what you touch, and no photographs.
Okay.
I'll tell you more about the plan as I work out the details. Do not make me regret this, and remember to do exactly as I say.
Bitte weggucken. Also das, was ihr jetzt hier im Stream seht, dürft ihr gar nicht sehen. Schön. Natürlich könnt ihr weiter.
So, assistant, this is where we develop our photon connectors. Everything you see here is confidential, expensive, and fragile. Don't treat it like you treat my elevators. Or bridges. Behold, a photon connector. Ah, a beam of light so magnificent, it almost looks like matter being created before you. Fascinating, isn't it? The connectors suspend photon crystals over electromagnets. As long as they're in line of sight to what I call a mother source, they create a powerful beam of light matter. A beam so powerful that it produces a surplus of energy. Although the connectors are just prototypes for the core, they display the very essence of light matter.
Wo muss ich denn hin? Hier drauf. Nach da oben. Okay.
Know this. Without the technology behind the connectors, photon crystals would be no better than diamonds. Boring and devoid of function. The crystals possess great power, but it's my technology that releases and tames that power.
Zweite. Ach, wie cool. Moment. Nee, hat ja auch keinen Sinn. So, ja. Jetzt stehe ich hier. Ach so, vielleicht sollte ich den lieber... Moment. cool ist das denn? Okay.
Assistant, I think a lot about the future. In these labs, I've spent years testing the prototypes under various conditions, all to ensure the success of the core. You see, although the photon connectors have a 100.2% conversion efficiency, I've reached 107% with the core. I achieved critical mass. And Arthur wanted to stop at the prototype. Madness. He was so certain that the laws of physics were unbreakable. That is where we differed. Where he saw laws, I saw suggestions. In that tunnel, we expose the photon connectors to wind, water, and hail. These tests ensure that the core, no matter the weather, will survive. You are no crystal, but you should be able to handle a couple of rounds through it.
Achso, hier oben ist nichts. Okay. Ich drücke jetzt einfach drauf.
Assistant, I have expectations. You can do better than that.
Brauche ich doch den zweiten noch? Schon. Ich wollte das ausmachen, ne? Das habe ich das nicht schon letztens gesagt? Und vor x Minuten? Ah, schon eine Stunde vielleicht. Okay. Okay, das ist nur der Schlitten. Okay. Nee, warte. Ach. Dahin.
Abusing yourself to wind, water, and hail will not make you superior to the core, Assistant. Excellent. You have overcome an obstacle and been baptized in the waters of Lightmatter.
Nein!
I can almost imagine the stench of journalist fading away.
Shit. Hier oben war noch ein dunkles Stück. Wie blöd. Okay.
Ah, the core. No matter how many times we see it, it leaves us in awe, doesn't it, Assistant? This is everything Lightmatter Technologies has built towards. Every power cell, every connector, all of them combine to create this. By using photon power cells to collect the energy from a large-scale beam of light matter, I built a perpetual motion machine. Facts are facts. The energy is clean, infinite, and is about to usher in the next scientific revolution. Others will stand on my shoulders and see further than they have ever before. That will be my legacy. We will fix the side effects. Let us ignore the quakes for now. Imagine at the center of a city, a core, providing sustainable and renewable energy to millions. That is the future we are striving for.
Okay.
Assistant, I now have the plan. To get you out, we are shutting down the core. When I left earlier, my path down there was blocked. And since I'm limited by my body, but not my mind, I wasn't able to get around the obstacles. As you have the opposite problem, you'll play a part in this. The core is very delicate, so I'll be up here in my control room managing the shutdown. As my assistant, you'll be the one pulling the lever. When I told James of this plan, he seemed jealous.
Auch James wird damit zu uns zurechtkommen. Hoffe ich.
You might be wondering why there are photon connectors inside an office space. Well, morale was low because of the rampant hair loss, so I implemented a photon fun hour. During their breaks, employees were allowed to play with the connectors. Productivity rose by 12%.
Shit. Moment. Da muss ich auch noch rum. Und dann muss ich hier durch.
So, James just called me. He's worried that since you've been weightlifting pens all your life, you have too frail a constitution to pull a lever. Let's see if he's right.
Okay.
Assistant, you need to know what will happen after the temporary shutdown. Once the core is off, the quakes and shadow anomalies will subside, allowing you to walk your fragile little head out of here. But more importantly, observing the shutdown will provide me the information I need to fix the side effects permanently. The core will repower, and it will shine eternally.
Hiermit kann ich noch nichts mit anfangen auf dieser Seite.
Do you want to hear a secret? Aperture Science has an artificial intelligence prototype. They tested it by having it create the perfect cake recipe. It succeeded, but the first iterations of that recipe used neurotoxin as the primary ingredient. As a human being, I'm worried.
Einer muss hier stehen, um das umzulenken.
This mineral inspection chamber makes me nostalgic. Before I discovered this mountain, Arthur had a mineral collection. He called me over one day to show off a particularly rare example he had found, a photon crystal. I could see the potential immediately. And Arthur thought it was just a rare crystal. I thought he was brain damaged.
Ach, von hier. Das könnte natürlich Sinn machen. Ja, macht es auch. Immer erstmal Knöpfe drücken, ne? Immer erstmal Knöpfe drücken. Hier ist nichts. Ach so.
Impressive. With that agility and complete disregard for your own safety, one could easily mistake you for a cat. I like cats.
Toll. Da freue ich mich für dich.
Ignore that sign. As I've told you before, all groundbreaking technology has its kinks.
Das geht nicht. Okay. Ich kann ja hier hoch. Ist auch eine dunkle Tür. Komm ich denn da jetzt hin?
You know, assisting me with the core will be the single most important thing you will ever do in your life. Around the world, hundreds of millions of people aren't connected to the power grid. We think ourselves so enlightened, but we are surrounded by a sea of darkness. To bring light, sacrifices must be made by all of us.
Also. Ach so, warte. Ach, Moment. Ja. Ach, das macht doch Sinn. Wir waren gar nicht so verkehrt.
Look at the plants around you, Assistant. We planted them yesterday. You see, Lightmatter accelerates photosynthesis and makes them grow at an incredible rate. Imagine applying this technology to cultivation throughout the world. Famine, mass deforestation, floods, all of these relegated to history. Lightmatter will not only brighten the world, it will give life.
Nein! Nein! Das war blöd. Siehste mal. Klappt doch alles. Aber jetzt? nur der. Da. Dann ist er nicht mehr. Dann müsste das doch jetzt eigentlich so laufen. Ach nee. Ach. Macht doch Sinn. Macht doch Sinn. Macht doch Sinn, wie man das machen könnte, nämlich indem man sich den jetzt hier nimmt, ihn halt zurückstellt.
Keep on moving at this pace, and my plants will reach the core before you do.
Man muss auch mal ein bisschen überlegen, ein bisschen denken, ein bisschen ruhig bleiben. Blöd nur, ich gebe es wirklich zu. Das ist ja jetzt hier so richtig schön Ego-Perspektive. Man kann so fast schon ein bisschen kotzen darüber. Weil dich selber, also es ist fast so wie ein Shooter, dass du dann irgendwann nicht mehr bewegen kannst. Nein! Ach, wie blöd von mir. Das war auch blöd. So. Zack. Hier ran.
Assistant, by now you must understand the significance of Lightmatter. So it's about time you learn how Arthur almost destroyed it. 3 months, and a lot of hair ago, Arthur went to the board of directors behind my back. He proved to them that Lightmatter was causing minor side effects. It was humiliating, but I solved the problem by installing the decontaminators. That is when Arthur started poisoning people. Later, that vermin of a man had the nerve to use that as further proof to the board. While we were investigating the matter, one of my employees discovered his plan to overload the core and destroy the entire facility. Luckily, James and I stopped him before it was too late. Arthur paid for what he did, but nothing can redeem betrayal. let me explain what betrayal is. In the mountain, before this facility, Arthur and I would work together weeks on end to finish the first photon connectors. All those cold, dark nights, and suddenly, breakthrough. A web of light surrounded us. It was mesmerizing. Betrayal is knowing that moment meant nothing to him. All right now, you're getting close to the core, but the quakes are getting... Hold on. Yes, James? James, you have brawn, not brains. My new assistant and I have the situation under control. Stay at the outpost, keep everyone safe. Goodbye. You know, assistant, I'm starting to enjoy your company and the qualities you possess. You are persistent, replaceable, and silent. You need to handle bridges with more finesse, assistant. At least you still have your legs. Let's see. Yes. You are moving into my newer, more experimental labs. Communication systems and cameras are non-existent. Now, that area is dangerous, so stick to the exit signs. We're in this together. See you soon.
Ach Mensch, wir waren so weit. Nein, jetzt müssen wir wieder... Sind wir wieder unten, ey. Ach Mann, Gott. Das ist doch blöd.
Ellen here. I'm having these intense splitting headaches. They only seem to go away when I stare directly into light. And I'm not the only one. We're all slowly turning into mobs, staring at lamps for hours on end. Not only that, people are still losing hair and now fingernails. It doesn't make any sense. It's been weeks since Virgil and James handled Arthur. And still things are getting worse. I don't care what Virgil says. The decontaminators are clearly not working. And just handing us wigs isn't helping. I need to figure out exactly what Arthur was doing. And why.
Blöd. Von mir.
Ellen here. Virgil has tightened the security into Arthur's office, but I managed to get in. I'm having a closer look at his overload schematics, and his experiment could really multiply the core's output by several magnitudes. Makes sense why Virgil's still tinkering with it. Greedy old man. What else is in here? Arthur had a theory. Based on... Oh, he built a prototype of his experiment on the core. It says something about... shadows. Strange. But let me see. Multiple mother sources. The crystals are overcharged. And within a certain radius. Equilibrium. The results just say stopped. What stopped? My God. Cellular degradation stopped. He found a solution. Someone's here.
Oh. Jetzt die Plattform, aber dann gibt es hier einen einfachen Weg, ne? Moment. So. I've gone through Arthur's theory. The core is not a perpetual motion machine. It's the shadows. The crystals draw energy from them. They draw energy from us. Virgil knew, and he did nothing. If he activates the core, shadows will not only decay us, they will devour us. Arthur, this doesn't change what he did. But I need to finish his work.
Assistant, get out of there. That's Arthur's... Oh, never mind. It's not safe. Hold on. I'll open the nearest exit door for you. Do not touch anything.
Ich drücke hier drauf. Ganz einfach.
Did you not hear what I said? You're not qualified for that. Do you remember when I told you about the power of Lightmatter? You are currently quadrupling that power.
Okay. Ich habe gerade so das Gefühl, dass es jetzt nicht hell werden darf. Oder sonst sind wir tot. Irre. Oder doch? Ach, Mensch. Nein. Was haben wir denn hier oben? Nichts. Ey, das kann's doch nicht sein. Hallo? Hallo? Spring ich falsch oder was? Das kann doch nicht sein. Okay. Also mein Gedanke war schon ganz richtig. Ich muss mal kurz mal ins Lösungsbüchlein gucken. Nur mal, man sollte richtig springen. Das wäre natürlich dann ein ganz guter Gedanke. Klappt nicht immer, aber schon fast.
Journalist, I know you are ambivalent about your survival, and so am I. But I will feed you to the shadows before I allow you to destroy Lightmatter. That explosion. Understand that blast injuries can be quite serious. They can cause cochlear damage, retinal failure, and most commonly, hallucinations. Keep that in mind. Now, you must do as I say. We need to fix the shadow anomalies, not kill ourselves. Journalist, you will still be pulling that lever, but your little experiment cost you your title as my assistant. I, on the other hand, still maintain the title of CEO, also known as the person who knows what he's doing.
Oh. Och, wie blöd.
Tell me, journalist, in your day-to-day life, do your bosses hate you? Based on your recent behavior, you seem to be extremely impatient, unable to take orders, and have a ridiculous urge to push buttons.
Guck mal, das ist doch, ach, guck mal hier, nicht Minecraft, sondern, Portal. Hat man hier noch so ein bisschen mit reingebracht. Interessant. Cooles Gimmick, muss ich sagen. Moment. Halt. Shit.
Yes, feel free to continue pointlessly opening and closing these doors.
Naja, das kenne ich schon. Ja, so schön, wenn das so einfach wäre, ne? Lämpchen. Lämpchen hier hin. Mit diesem Lämpchen gehe ich jetzt hier lang.
I am not impressed. Commitment to the cause would impress me.
Also eigentlich bei den Twitch-Farmen
Journalist,
ungern.
I have an idea. Do you remember that exclusive we talked about a while back? We are going to pivot. You will be writing about Arthur. Do you know how many people he would have killed if he succeeded in overloading the core? The initial blast would have killed 290 workers in the facility. The ensuing rock slide would have killed another 80 at the surrounding outpost. In total, 370 dead, all by Arthur's hand. Now that I think about it, I hope you're a tabloid journalist. I can imagine the headline now. Lightmatter as truth shines on shadowy Arthur. Find a pen.
Nee, Moment.
You know, I have read the journalist's creed, journalist. It needs an update. Accuracy, fairness, and a distrust of Arthur are the fundamentals to good journalism. When you almost killed yourself with that explosion earlier, keep in mind Arthur built that makeshift suicide machine. So in a few years, when you've lost your hearing, eyesight, and mind, just remember you have Arthur to thank for that. And yourself. Yes, journalist, I know. You're in your natural habitat, the office. But please control your insatiable desire to sit down and play with words.
Play with words? Bitte. Hallo. Nein. Spiel doch hier nicht mit Wörtern rum um mir. ist der geschlossen. Ich brauche die Lampe doch da hinten. Machen wir das denn?
You know, Arthur was obsessed with dangerous experiments. But I trusted it was for the better. So I once flew in a team of nurses to follow him around. It helped, until he started ruining their hair. I didn't know it was his fault, so I ordered them a box of wigs. They refused and went home.
Lampe.
You are approaching the core. When you get there, control yourself. I know failure comes naturally to you, but this time we cannot afford it. If anything goes wrong, you will not only put me and yourself at risk. Everyone at the outpost, including James, will also be in peril. The core is powerful. Do not underestimate it. I have been observing you for a while now. You have the mindset for problem solving. You take in your environment, study it, and find a solution. There were times where you got stuck, yes, but you were persistent. This gives me hope that you understand the importance of Lightmatter. Listen, although you have done well, I have not forgotten the time you failed me. It has made me think about loyalty. You see, James follows my every word without question. It's not that he can't question it, it's that he won't, because he knows that humanity is doomed without Lightmatter. Now that we're getting to the end, remember that James will be waiting outside. He is a boulder of a man with rock chips embedded into his skin. So please, when he restrains you for your own safety, do not resist. Arthur tried, and that did not end well.
Ich muss jetzt damit auch hier rüber, glaube ich. Ah! Oder? Sinn.
Whatever happens, journalist, know that I am not the only man behind Lightmatter. Supporting me, I have conglomerates, banks, investors, governments. There is not a hand I have not shaken. Only Lightmatter can compare to the power that we possess combined. You're not just facing me, you're facing all of us.
Jetzt brauche ich die Lampe da. Ach. Nochmal zurück. Ich war zu schnell. Erstmal hier Licht machen.
Journalist, fire created the tempered steel that surrounds you. The pillars that hold up this facility and my leg share that same steel. Lightmatter and I, we are one and the same.
So, ich habe hier irgendwas falsch gemacht. So. Schauen wir erstmal. Ach so. Kann man da hinsetzen. So, wir gucken ja, wir machen es erstmal irgendwie so, wie es vielleicht Sinn macht. Zurück. Hierhin. Nicht da drauf drücken, solange ich darüber laufe. Nein.
These quakes are the last rumblings of the laws of physics, desperate to hold on to its old ways.
Ende?
James, calm yourself, James. Just grab a lamp and create a safe zone for everyone at the outpost. James, listen. We have hours before the shadows reach the nearest city. What? I don't care that it's a solution. Why would you even suggest that? You disappoint me, James. Good. This will all be over soon. The journalist is almost... Wait. Why is this on? James, I'll call you back. Journalist, what you just heard. Remember who I am and what I've sacrificed. Lightmatter cost me my leg, my friend, and my reputation. But that is nothing. I am willing to sign my checks in blood for Lightmatter. I am a man of obsessions. Do not make yourself one of them.
So, wir sind oben. Und jetzt kommen
I've
wir...
prepared the shutdown procedure. Now, pull the lever. Excellent. It worked.
Not.
It's completely self-sustaining. Magnificent. Journalists, are you seeing this? Even without the mother sources, the core can power itself. Let's see. Crystals, stable. Energy levels, stable, although slightly decreased. And the shadow anomalies have not subsided. However... Yes. Listen, we have exhausted all your options for exiting the facility. But since I now know what steps to take, I will fix the shadow anomalies. Now, I do not trust you around the core, so you're staying in that room. If you're hungry, well, the human body can survive 21 days without food. And as for water, I can turn on the sprinklers. Goodbye, journalist.
Whoever is listening to this, the core can't be shut down. It needs to be destroyed. Get to the control rooms surrounding the core and you'll be able to overload it. It will neutralize shadow anomalies everywhere. I tried to do it myself, but the core is surrounded by guards. And Virgil's onto me. Nobody here is facing reality. They are ready to follow Virgil off a cliff. No one is willing to help me. But I hope you will. First off, you need to reactivate the core. Once it's on, a sequence I created will give you access to the other control rooms. Don't worry, you won't be seen. When this recording triggered, it also deactivated most cameras surrounding the core. I know overloading it sounds dangerous, but trust me, you'll survive. Good luck.
Okay, also wir sollen den Kern wieder aktivieren. Wir können auch nirgends was anderes machen. Also werden wir ihn halt wieder aktivieren.
Are you already that bored? What exactly are you expecting to achieve? Wait, why are the cameras... Oh, never mind. I'm sick of looking for journalistic brief anyway. Listen, if my control room bores you, then write an article about it. I have work to do.
Nein, 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 nein. Oh. So, ich laufe
Not now, Lux.
Aber wisst ihr, wohin man jetzt müsste, ne? Ach, da oben hin vielleicht. Nein! Oh, shit. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich richtig gehe. Das ist das Problem gerade. Hier ist auf jeden Fall nochmal ein Schalter.
No! How did you... Oh, you vermin! I am not letting you destroy Lightmatter. If you proceed any further, it will annihilate you in ways...
Verstehe ich so schlecht. Also irgendwie ist so eine Störung in der Leitung. Ich weiß auch nicht warum. Also... Ist ganz schwer zu verstehen.
You have left me with no other choice. I will feed you to the shadows. You're not a journalist. Tell me, what were you doing before I first spotted you? Stealing photon crystals? Stealing data from our servers? I know what you are. Spy! Did Arthur send you? Is your loyalty that blind? Think about that night. He tried to overload the core. What if he caused the shadow anomalies? And all of that complaining? I can't control the shadows. Well, I can't control the shadows, and that's because of him! It's all because of Arthur!
Nein. Ach, Mist.
For first,
Ach, ist die Tür jetzt aufgegangen? Ach, fick. geht sie wieder zu, die Klappe, oder nicht? Nee. Shit. Ach, Mist. Nein!
Who cares if the shadows destroy a couple of cities? Without Lightmatter, we won't just lose cities, we'll lose our future!
Was ist da so ein Rauschen drin? Ich verstehe dich so schlecht.
I am going to shove you into a hole so dark, even photon crystals won't be able to reach. Hear me, spy!
Ah, okay. Hä? 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 So, ich mach den an. Dann fährt das Ding hoch. Und dann bin ich tot. Warum? Ah. Ach so, okay. Lass mal kurz hier mal selber ein bisschen gucken. Da ist irgendwo eine Tür. Ja.
Not so fast!
Ach Mensch.
Mark my words, spy! Before this is over, my shadows will disintegrate you atom by atom! James! What took you so long? What? Who is this? In the facility? When did he leave? James! Where are you, James? The spy is almost at the final switch! Get down there and stop this! Now!
Nee. Nee. Juhu. Ach, hier. So. Sorry, tut mir leid, ich kann dich ganz schwer verstehen. Irgendwie bist du so ein bisschen abgehackt.
Listen, spy! Your crusade is over! James will find you! He will crush you! He will rip you apart! One limb at a time! And it won't be quick! No! You will suffer and you will beg! Beg for my shadows to erase you from your miserable existence!
Oh, zu weit.
Wherever you are, spy, this is far from over! Do you hear that? This entire mountain is fighting against you, spy!
Mist. Ach so.
You're trapped. Our time together is finally at an end. Now watch as I close the gate and relegate you to darkness. Ah, James. You made it. You're just in time to watch this vermin get devoured by the shadows. Pest control. The applications for Lightmatter truly are... James, what are you doing? No, James, don't! James! No, you traitor! I thought you were better than this. Better than Arthur. Better than... You... Don't pull that lever. Do you want money? Power? Please, I will give you anything. And Arthur, he can have Lightmatter. Just think about what you're throwing away. We could power the world. We could save humanity from pollution. We could save humanity from itself.
Okay. Ich glaube, das wird getan jetzt. Schauen wir jetzt, was passiert.
Lightmatter is ruined. I do not have the resources to set up another operation. Last year, 200,000 died from floods, 2.5 million died from pollution, 3.4 from starvation. Yes, I was reckless, but I was reckless for them. Every shortcut I took, every moral I compromised, was for their benefit. Yes, Lightmatter had issues. But now I'll never know if I could have solved it. I was never given a chance to see if I could have solved it. Their deaths are on you.
Ja, das war Lightmatter. Ganzes Spiel einmal fix durchgespielt durch den Twitch Prime Games. Es ist ein sehr erwogenes Spiel und es hat wirklich einen riesengroßen Spaß gemacht. Sache ist natürlich die, also wir haben eigentlich noch weitere Spiele in den Twitch Prime Games. Ob wir die jetzt heute spielen, ich bezweifle es gerade so ein bisschen. Dankeschön an die Entwickler, Dankeschön an den Publisher, die das veröffentlicht haben, das Spiel. Cooles Spiel. Wir sehen hier gerade mal so ein bisschen noch was aus den Alpha-Phasen, wie es entwickelt worden ist. Richtig cooles Game. Und die anderen Twitch Prime Games werden wir auch noch spielen. Sicherlich aber, glaube ich, nicht mehr heute. Seid deshalb besser am morgigen Tag nochmal dabei, beziehungsweise am Dienstag. Da werden wir sie dann wahrscheinlich nochmal weiterspielen. Viel Spaß jetzt noch beim Abspann und dann wünsche ich euch noch einen schönen Abend. Bis zum nächsten Mal bei ePlay Live hier bei uns mit coolen Game. Bin raus und tschüss.